hard to imagine an active shooter looking to take lives in the very place we work so hard to save them.
Dr. Smith!
Unfortunately, active shooter incidents are a reality, and they can take place anywhere, any place, anytime, including healthcare facilities. While we all hope we never have to face this horrible situation, it is imperative that you are prepared, have a plan, and understand what to do if an active shooter enters the facility.
Where's Dr. Smith?
Hi, I'm Mike Marino. I'm the manager of emergency preparedness here at Emerson Hospital. And we developed this video as part of our active shooter training program to be used as a guide and a resource to help you be better prepared and act in this emergency situation.
I need to speak with Dr. Smith right now. I need to speak to Dr. Smith.
A hospital is a closed environment, and you have a lot more people in a closed environment. So we want to look at that as being a safety hazard for our staff.
We know that we work in an environment that is susceptible to an active shooter. So it's extremely important that we train and that we teach and that we educate our staff on active shooter.
In an active shooter situation, you usually only have seconds to respond. And in those few critical seconds, it's important that you notify someone.
Dr. Smith!
Emerson Hospital, what's your emergency?
I heard screams and bangs. I think there's a shooter on the floor.
Hi, 911.
In those few critical seconds, it's important to get resources to the hospital and to your unit.
When you hear gunshots or you hear something that doesn't seem right, you call 911. Alert people. Let as many people know, even if you think someone else may have done it.
If you're at the main campus, you call extension 1333. And if you're off campus or at any time, dial 911. Now let's talk about 3 ways that you can keep yourself safe. Run, hide, and fight. First, we're going to talk about run. If you hear gunshots or an overhead page and you're not in the immediate vicinity of the shooter, leave, evacuate.
In other emergency situations, we're running to the patient. We're running to whatever the crisis is. In an active shooter situation, you're not running to the situation. You're sheltering in place. You're protecting your patients.
So if we run, we want to run to safety. We want to run away from where the firing and shooting is taking place at.
Leave your belongings behind. Don't stop to help victims. And when running, alert and keep others away from entering the area. When leaving the building, make sure you have your hands raised and they're visible. Follow all law enforcement instructions and make sure you move a safe distance away from the facility. And do not re-enter the area. Next, let's talk about hide. This may be your only viable option depending on the situation. It's important to know your unit and it's important to have a plan.
So in an active shooter situation, you want to know what is your environment. Where are you? Where are your exits? Where are your patients? Where are the places you can go to seek shelter?
You're not always going to be able to run. And in an organization like this, where it's very complex, we have 5 different wings that stream together. So if there's an active shooter, we lock the doors down. You can still get out, but you can't get in.
If you're confused about what to do in an active shooter situation, you shelter in place.
Block the doors with heavy carts, a bed, or any object. Use whatever you have at your disposal. Stay quiet and put phones on silent. Find anything that can be used as a means to incapacitate the shooter in the space, such as a crutch, a phone, an extinguisher, IV pole, or chair. Last, we're going to talk about fight. The situation may arise when your life is in imminent danger, and as a last resort, you must engage the shooter. If you engage the shooter, be committed, be aggressive.
During an active shooter, when we talk about fighting, you want to use whatever is easily accessible. If it's a cup of coffee in your hand, you throw the cup of coffee at them. If you've got a phone, you throw the phone at them. It's whatever's easiest for you to get a hold of.
I don't care if you grab fire extinguisher, grab a towel, anything to deflect them where you can be as aggressive, yell at the person, do whatever you have to do to protect yourself and the people that's around you.
Your number one goal is to incapacitate and distract the shooter. Whenever possible, act as a team and use anything that you can as a weapon. Remember, improvise. Your life is in danger. Run, hide, and fight is a concept that you can use and be brought to everyday life, whether you stay in the same unit or you change frequently. Make it a point to know your unit and the key features that are within them. Look for exits or exit corridors. Make note of any closets. Know where all badge access and lockdown areas are, as well as med rooms. Find all the locations of phones. And know if your unit has lockdown or panic buttons.
Where's Dr. Smith?
So active shooter drills can provoke a little bit of anxiety, right? It's a situation that we don't encounter every day in healthcare. So all the more reason why it's important to do the drills. Knowledge is power.
If you practice, you train, you're always going to react the same way.
Active shooter training is important because we have an obligation. We have an obligation to educate and train our staff to help keep the patients and help keep the visitors safe.
Remember the points that you learned in this video. Alert your coworkers and the authorities, and the 3 important words: run, hide, and fight. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video, and please stay safe.